Saric has really been a good fit for Philadelphia. Talented, complementary piece who can also make big plays, has range, size. He's a nice fit for this team.
Yeah, and he's a competitive dude who's been in big games and has had some winning experience. And winning experience is the thing that matters. You know, you think about Embiid and Simmons, they just haven't been in a lot of big games in their career. Saric has played overseas and dealt with some, really crazy environments and come through in some good situations. This is why I like Doncic so much as the #1 pick and why I think it was such a mistake for him not to go 1. That dude played like a 90-game season overseas.
And played well.
Yeah, played in stadiums where they throw stuff at you during the game and, they're throwing cigarette butts at you and yelling terrible things at you, and he was like the best player on the court in those games. I think that stuff matters.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are in the backcourt, and it's Isaac in at the small forward position. Outside Fournier. And the rejection by Embiid. Here's Fultz. Out to Saric. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely.
Well, I look at Fultz, and he has perennial all-star written all over him. A fantastic playmaker who's really got a ready-made skill set for the NBA.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And the feeling is with Fultz, tremendous potential. Could be one of those game-changing type point guards who scores and passes with ease.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Well, Robert Covington can defend, he can shoot. We know that. Some would say he's a very underrated factor for this team. Doesn't need the headlines, but always contributes.
Yeah, but he became one of those guys who everyone was saying he was underrated for so long, and now he's become a little overrated. It happens. He wasn't good in the playoffs. He hurt them in the Boston series.
Did not shoot.
His shooting went away.
And his defense wasn't all that great. It's not as for the reputation that he has.
No, he just did not have a good playoff. So I would like to see him live up to the underrated reputation this year. But he's under a good contract, and
he has a great contract, doesn't he?
Yep.
There's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside Gordon. Isaac up top. 5 to shoot. Gordon a screen. Fournier. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Fournier's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, you can consider it automatic when Fournier gets some space to shoot from there.
Here's Saric, and he makes good on the layup.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Yeah, and checking out some stats here for Ben Simmons. Last season, he played outstanding. 5th in assists, 8th in steals, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And as you said, dishing out dimes at a top 5 pace, he was in total command of the offense last season. Look for more good things to come. Bill, the way that super teams are being put together right now, good or bad for the league?
I'm confused. I have been watching this league since I was a kid. We've always had super teams. There's never been an era where we didn't. What do people think the Jordan era Bulls were, and what do they think the Shaq, Kobe Lakers were? This is how the league is. I think what bothers people this time around specifically is that the Warriors won 73 games and they.
Simmons doing a nice job there mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult for the opposition, and that's a mindset but also activity and energy display.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Pass to Vucevic. Kicks it to Fournier. Augustine against Simmons. Releases from 15.
Well, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
Here's Philadelphia. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And Fultz gets it to go.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
Gordon with a screen on Simmons. Picked by Vucevic. Saric against Augustine. Vucevic setting the pick for Augustine. The Magic again can't hit.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Saric pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Fifth on the list, the 76ers.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Bill, we've seen the NBA take steps to amend the draft lottery. Any further changes that you might recommend?
The biggest thing I would do is I just don't think you should be able to finish in the top 3 2 years in a row. I think there has to be some sort of schmuck insurance for the rest of the league. I'm fine rewarding the one bad season, but when you're just continuously bad, the year that Cleveland, when they won the lottery 3 out of 4 years, I just thought that was a travesty.
Just didn't feel right, did it?
No, it's just wrong. There's 30 teams in the league, and you have a team that really blows the LeBron James era and just surrounds him with the wrong people, and he leaves, and then really can't stay out of its way for the next couple of years, and they just keep getting the #1 pick. I don't agree with that. I think that's bad. I also thought it was bad that Philly was able to get #3 and #1 in back-to-back years, and it's bad that the Celtics were able to get the 3rd pick and then the 1st pick. So That would be the one thing I would do. I don't think it should. I don't think you should be able to successfully fail for multiple years.
And Augustine kicks to Isaac. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Magic making a change here. Simmons is checked in. Vucevic with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Miami. 5 on the clock. Orlando moving the ball around. They need this. And Embiid with the block.
Yeah, good energy and awareness that time by Embiid to deny that shot.
To the middle. And stolen by Simmons. To the inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Simmons inside. Guarded by Simmons. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line. Now we've seen some top prospects forego college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League, and do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the #1 place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA awesome league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one-and-done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. They're playing all the way through till March. Whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, till round 2 in the tournament, which is what, March 20th? Right. And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't even finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
And, sometimes it appears as though Simmons is better finishing through contact. I mean, he really relishes those opportunities.
Here's Simmons. Again, Philadelphia.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
Maybe save that fadeaway move for when he really needs it.
The pass to Reddick. Embiid is at the elbow. Down low. And Simmons slams it in.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And I tell you what, Greg, they've worked hard for this lead. Their play calling has been superb, and the execution even better.
Grant outside. Simmons, a screen on Simmons. Clock at 6. Grant kicks to Gordon. It's good from long range. Gordon's got 5.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Bill, when you look at the players the Sixers have put together, they should be a perennial contender, it would seem, on paper for years to come.
But that's the thing about the NBA. You never know.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of these teams that looked like they were the next potential dynasty, and within 2 years, they've made a trade. Somebody got hurt. You talk about the 80s Rockets. You talk about the Magic in the 90s. They made the finals. Within 14 months, that whole team is gone. The OKC Thunder, 2012, Game 5, Miami. I took a picture of KD and Harden and Westbrook with their arms around each other. They never played together again. So I think the thing you learn over and over again with basketball, even Derrick Rose and the Bulls, every time you think there's the next young team that's coming, they still have to actually do it, and sometimes they don't.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
Screen by Simmons for three. Ross. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
There's the pick. Embiid the screen. Poked loose. Stolen by Bamba. And it's McConnell with the rebound.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
Right side Simmons. On the wing, Gordon. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Philadelphia making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Covington against Ross. Screen by Simmons. Off the pick.
Talk about bringing the heat, the thunder, and the lightning on that pound. Putting on a show. Ross can elevate with the best of them.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Up off the screen. And that's 2 points on the layup. You know, Bill, the Sixers, they've embraced the symbol of the bell here in Philadelphia, ringing it before big games and after big wins.
What they haven't embraced this year was confetti, because it came back to haunt them in
Falsely
Game 3.
shot.
Yeah, the confetti game from the Philly-Boston series. They shoot the confetti. The game's not over. Boston wins in overtime. And I promise you, you will never see confetti at a basketball game in Philadelphia ever again in your life.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Well, guys, nobody's boxing out. I mean, I could go out there and get an offensive rebound. They're just watching. And if you're the coaching staff, that's unacceptable.
Off the inbound. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Ross has got 9.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
To the paint, here's Covington. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
And stolen by Reddick. 1:03 left to play in the first.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
There's the pick. Simmons with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Back to Simmons. Johnson the screen. 6 to shoot. Johnson with a screen on Grant. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. The Magic trail by 11. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Covington. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination. Nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work, too.
First one falls for him.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Yeah, doing an outstanding job of attacking offensively and forcing the issue.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Now Grant. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pass to Gordon. Over Simmons. Off target with the fadeaway. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Fellas, the defensive pressure they've been applying has really been paying off. Turnovers and points.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Gordon down low with Bamba next to him. Grant is out there with Simmons. And it's Ross in at the three. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their kind of their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree, but for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. Mm-hmm. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
Well, you challenge people, that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk, and we did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
Gordon kicks to Simmons. 6 on the shot clock. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill, with how today's NBA players are so media ready, whether it be interviews or social media. Your take is really interesting.
I think in general, all these guys, the guys now are so used to talking to people and being in front of people, and they're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves. They know how to not get in trouble, and they're comfortable.
Oh, goodness. Mercy, mercy me. And whenever Ross is in attack mode, it's always a good sign.
There's the dish to Covington. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And the basket is good. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
Yeah, making his teammates better through his passing. Greg, you know about that because you did it. Great job sharing the ball.
Well, I appreciate it, partner. Always important to have somebody keep rhythm in the game.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Guys, this year. Fultz, he's checked in for Robert Covington. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Aaron Gordon. Isaac comes in for Ross. Fournier's checked in for Jonathan Simmons. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Grant. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Vucevic a screen on Redick. Fournier against Redick. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Fournier. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Man, it's nice to watch how Fournier reads angles and defenses so well. I mean, that's a skill you can develop. Once he gets a pick, he knows how to cash in.
No one near Fultz as he lets it go. And the three ball is good. Fultz has got 8 points.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now, here's Isaac, covered by Redick. Isaac misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
From 7, and Simmons with the nice bucket inside. Simmons got 6 points in the quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Now, here's Isaac, covered by Redick. Johnson with the block.
Excellent defensive commitment that time from Johnson. He's always there and present.
Here's Isaac, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And it's blocked by Simmons.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that.
Bamba setting the pick for Augustine. Goes back up. And Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Shamet. Orlando grabs the miss. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And how about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Yeah, I agree. And communication is effort, and effort is communication. Very talkative out there, yelling out screens, giving each other help. Boy, that was a terrific all-around effort.
Yep, it counts. Johnson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
High post Vucevic over Johnson. The shot, no good. And Philadelphia the other way now.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
They set the screen. Pass to Bamba. Over to the left wing. Now, here's Isaac. Guarded by Fultz. Here's Vucevic. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Vucevic has got 4 points now in the quarter. Fultz the pass to Redick. Johnson dishes to Simmons. Redick setting the pick for Simmons. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And Philadelphia has possession. Fultz kicks to Redick. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Simmons inside the line. That one off the back iron and out. The Magic trail by 18. To the inside. Fournier. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
The Magic shooting their first free throw of the night.
Find the
And that one falls for Fournier.
Out of France, the sharp shooting Fournier, an important player to this team because of his scoring ability.
Embiid the screen. Outside, Redick for three, and Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Augustine, no luck.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Fournier passes to Isaac. It's Vucevic, top of the key. Here's Fournier. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
All right, a moment to see the stats for Redick. Some last season stats for him. Put up about 17 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
Screen by Saric. And Redick kicks to Embiid. Shoots over Vucevic. Embiid, no good. The Magic trail by 18. Here's Fournier. He had 13 points in the win against Miami.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Here's McConnell. Fournier pulls it down. The Magic have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Augustine dishes to Bamba. He kicks to Fournier. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Man, that's just an example and display of strength from Vucevic. I mean, just overpowering whoever's in his path.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
Boy, tell you what, on offense, Vucevic is as talented as they come for a big guy. Has the ability to post up as well as shoot from the mid-range area, and that combination makes him a hard cover.
Now, here's McConnell. Guarded by Simmons. Shot clock at 6. Embiid, no good. The Magic trail by 15. To the paint, Covington with the steal. Now, here's McConnell. He's guarded closely. It's deflected.
The main weapon in Bamba's attack, the slender, long arms he possesses, helps him block lots of shots.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. Stolen by Bamba. Now here's Simmons. He's covered by McConnell. Pass to Ross. There's 1:54 left in the first half. Shot off the screen. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The 76ers leading by 15. Covington's shot is off.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
For Orlando, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. So for the Magic, Aaron Gordon comes in for Bamba. And it's Grant in for Evan Fournier. And both free throws good for Vucevic.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Screen by Saric, and here's Covington from the arc. It's hauled in by the Magic. Always full of terrific insights. Bill Simmons, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you. My insights, thank you as well.
And Clark, always great to have Bill with us, a content creator who really taps into what the audience is thinking.
Could not agree with you more. Amen to all of that, Kevin. He's got a very loyal fan base and readers and viewers that share his vision, not just on sports, but on life. And that strong connection he has with them is admirable.
Grant the pass to Ross. Vucevic a screen on Covington. Just 4 to shoot. Poke loose. Unhindered, going all the way. Shot to stop the drought, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
How can you not be a fan of T.J. McConnell if you like grit, tenacity, always ready to help his team? He's a fan favorite because he plays with such a competitive edge, even when most of the time he's outmatched physically. Extremely scrappy and heady. He played his college hoops at Arizona, and he's got a long future in front of him in the NBA.
And the first one drops. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the half. Grant kicks to Ross. Picked by Vucevic. Ross against Covington. No good from Ross. Philadelphia leading by 15. Here's Saric. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Grant kicks to Vucevic. Over Embiid. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
Yeah, excellent execution that time, partner. Don't want to give the opponent any time to get them back.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate on to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they're winning all the 50-50 offensive boards. The rebound goes up. Everybody goes to get it, but only one person's coming down with it. And that's the guy with the extra effort, and it's been them tonight. That's why it's a blowout. These second chance opportunities, and they made the most of them.
Shaq, what'd you think about Orlando?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is O-V-A. Over.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Welcome back, everyone, to Philadelphia. There's City Hall, an amazing building. Such a great part of this historic American city. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Ben Simmons in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and he accumulated a lot of assists, and I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. The 76ers leading by 15. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And so in the game for the 76ers, Simmons and Fultz, the backcourt pairing. Saric is the 4 with Embiid in the middle. And it's Covington in at the 3 spot. Vucevic setting the pick for Augustine. Outside Gordon. Isaac kicks to Vucevic. Shoots over Embiid and misses it off the right side of the rim. Here's Philadelphia. They led the game at one point by 20. Saric passes to Fultz. Releases from 15. That one, no good. And Orlando will come the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And stolen by Gordon. Augustine against Simmons. Now here is Augustine. Not a lot of room. Gordon kicks to Fournier. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot is long. Philadelphia leading by 17. And the pass to Covington. Poked away and stolen by Fournier. Inside. Simmons against Augustine. Picked by Vucevic. Pass to Fournier. Vucevic trying to get open. The Magic again can't hit.
Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to this second half. Still scoreless.
Lots of physical play, Clark, during your time in the NBA. That's been toned down to a degree. Do you miss it being a bigger part of the game now?
You know what? I think it's still a very physical game. The rules have changed. The way the game is officiated has certainly changed. Some of the tough fouls that you saw in decades past don't exist as much. But I still think the game is extremely physical. So I'm glad to see us move in the direction of toning that down a bit. There's enough physicality in the game.
Picked by Vucevic. Looking to end the drought. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Augustine's got his first 2 points. And here is Simmons. 26 points for him. Passes it to Embiid. Shoots over Vucevic. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 4 assists now tonight.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And the story with Markelle Fultz last season was one of health and getting his shot right.
Yeah, he suffered a shoulder injury, Kevin, that really impacted his ability to shoot the ball. He tried to play through it, but eventually had to be shut down. And, you know, it's hard to miss that type of time as a rookie. Not only games, but the few practices you get during the season as well. So he's going to have to restart in year 2.
Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Fourth, Joel Embiid.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Augustine against Simmons. Pick by Vucevic. Vucevic setting the pick for Fournier. He took good advantage of that screen. Fournier's got 9.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there. Augustine making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
Simmons passes to Fultz. Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons.
I love that. Yes, indeedy. Really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Pick by Vucevic. And stolen by Simmons. Now the 76ers on the break. Simmons is running. Offensive rebound. Embiid. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the 76ers lead by 21.
Yeah, Embiid plays with really good effort, and he plays with an effervescence that's contagious, and it's really endearing for a guy of his size.
Fournier's shot is off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Pick by Vucevic. Step back shot. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
And, you know, when it comes to carving up the defense, Fournier, very clever, especially in the pick and roll, where they don't have any idea what to do with it.
Back to Simmons. And then Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes it.
Vucevic, a screen on Simmons. That's tipped. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
The Magic making a switch here. Bamba's checked in. Now here is Augustine. D right on him. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Augustine, how he performed last season. 15th in free throw percentage, and he was also extremely dependable behind the three-point line, finishing the season among the top 20 in three-point percentage.
And let's again give him credit for knocking down free throws at such a torrid pace. He was operating in a steady groove all last season. Hits it from three-point range.
The three-point stroke of Robert Covington is really a thing of beauty. You can't let him get loose from the outside. He's dangerous.
They set the pick. Here's Augustine. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Augustine's got 4 points this quarter. The 76ers have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Covington kicks to Redick. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. 5 to shoot. Shamet. Offensive rebound. Tries again, and it's denied. Top of the key. Augustine, no luck.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Shamet, guarded by Augustine. Kicks to Covington. Now here's Embiid. Defense right on him. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for Philadelphia.
You know, the play of their guards has been something to highlight. You love to see the backcourt contributing with the pass. When they're looking to make things easier for everyone, you see your bigs run the floor a little bit harder, and those things become contagious.
Gordon kicks to Fournier. Knocked loose. Covington with the steal. Pushing it up. No good from Simmons. For Orlando, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
We take a look here at Evan Fournier, mostly out there for offense, guys. Has a good deep game as he has impressive career numbers from the 3 line. For the amount he scores as a wing player, I think he's pretty efficient.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And for Fournier, good from deep, as you said, Clark, especially on catch and shoot shots.
Well, he's a reliable scorer, Kevin, and in large part due to how diverse his offensive game is. I mean, he can get a shot for himself or others, and he can work off the dribble or off the catch. He's not a big name, but this is a guy who will continue to get double digits for you when you give him sufficient playing time.
We know star power is critical, Clark, but when you look at the great bench players, what distinguishes them in your estimation?
A couple of things, Kevin, when you talk about outstanding role players. One is not only do they accept their role, they embrace it. They thrive in it. They really relish it. It could be impacting the game defensively or impacting it with energy and offensive rebound. Sometimes it's a designated scorer who comes off the bench to just inject offense. Lou Williams as a 6th man.
Sure.
Vinnie Johnson when he was with the Pistons. I mean, there are a number of guys. John Havlicek, his great Hall of Fame career was pretty much started as a 6th man. So Kevin McHale and so forth. You can go down the list, but they impact the outcome with some aspect or aspects of their game, which is awesome to see.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, one of the areas where the Orlando Magic struggled was with consistency, but not only on the floor, but across the franchise. A lot of coaching turnover the past decade.
Simmons checked in for Evan Fournier. Both good from the line that time. And the Magic have gone through a lot of coaches, as you said.
Yeah, lack of continuity at that position can really derail any momentum you're attempting to build. And the same can be said about their players. A lot of trades and turnovers with the roster. That's not a recipe for consistent success.
Pass to Ross. And Ross with the slam.
Well, we know that T. Ross can get it going. Part of the 50-plus club in terms of scoring the basketball.
Well, Terrence Ross can be great at times, but consistency certainly has been an issue for him.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a vapor trying to grab hold of that consistency for Ross. One game he's great, the other game you don't know he's out there. This is a player that once had 50 points in a game, but has struggled to find that same kind of drive game to game. His outside shot has taken a nosedive a bit, as has his overall shooting percentage. Yet he's still relatively young, so this guy could bounce back.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. To the middle. Redick passes to Johnson. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And Simmons kicks to Ross. Saric has checked in for the 76ers. Grant outside. The pass to Ross. Gordon with the screen for Ross. And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
So he gets them both. And the 76ers last season making it to the conference semifinals, Clark, before they were dispatched by the Boston Celtics.
And I guarantee you, Kevin, if you told any fan that would be their fate at the start of the season, they'd have banked that and went with it. Team had a great learning experience as they got past Miami and then lost to the Celtics. I think this group will be highly motivated to take the next step going forward.
Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely, Greg. I mean, of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
The 76ers making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. And so here is Philadelphia. 19-point game. Philadelphia moving the ball around. It's Redick on the wing. He's guarded by Ross. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. Redick against Ross. 6 on the shot clock.
Ross is very dependable as a defender, somebody who uses his length and quick hands to bother shooters.
They get the rebound. And Simmons kicks to Grant. Gordon a screen. There's the pick. Ross for 3. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
And those are 2 teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
And here we can check out the story on Dario Saric. Good season for him last year. Last season, put up about 14 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And playing with the reserves, he might not get the minutes he'd like, but you sense that hunger to improve.
Well, you know, he stated that he wants to improve, but until that actually happens, he'll continue to come off the bench.
Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
And Gordon's eyebrows go up when he sees an opportunity to drop the hammer. This guy is a phenomenal athlete who throws it down with some major force.
And Simmons kicks to McConnell. Tries to snap the cold streak. Buries the long-range jumper. McConnell's got 5 now.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Screen by Simmons. Pass to Gordon. 13 feet away. No good from Simmons.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
1:06 left to play here in the third. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. 5th on the list, Ben Simmons.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
McConnell passes to Saric. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Bamba. Pass break. Here come the Magic. Ross with it. Now guarded by Saric. Gordon against Redick. Passes it to Simmons. Back to Gordon. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Great D that time from Redick. Here's Simmons. They get it back. McConnell banked in off the glass. McConnell's got 7 now in this quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here's Grant. He's covered by McConnell. Grant kicks to Gordon. Will it go? And it's blocked by Simmons. And they're able to recover. Nice shot there by Bamba. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. 76ers ahead, up 19. And when we reach... And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Magic trailed by 19. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Jonathan Simmons is out there with Grant. And it's Ross in at the 3 spot. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Gordon a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Robert Covington's checked in for J.J. Redick. Grant, right side. And it's McConnell with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Takes it from 10. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Ross passes to Simmons. To the inside. Grant, that's good.
I tell you what, total team player. When Simmons hits the open man like this, he adds value to his team.
And Simmons kicks to Covington. McConnell in the corner. Charge a screen on Grant. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up a foul. That's his 1st foul. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Here's Covington. Rebound by the Magic. Gordon's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Covington against Ross. Gordon with the screen for Ross. Knocked away. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And stolen by Simmons. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Grant. Here's McConnell. He kicks it to Covington. Now, here's McConnell. Tight defense on him. Charge, a screen on Gordon. Simmons. And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
And really, Simmons makes it look elementary, simple. I mean, the way he attacks defenses from multiple angles is hard to deal with if you're defending it.
Now here is Augustine. He's covered by McConnell, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Evan Fournier's checked in for the Magic. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pass to Isaac. Kicks to Vucevic. Just 5 to shoot. Over Saric. Misses off the right iron. The 76ers leading by 17. Outside, Simmons. Floats one up, and there's Saric on the assist by Simmons. And that's 15 points for Dario Saric. Now here is Augustine, guarded closely. Now the pass to Fournier. He kicks it to Vucevic. Over McConnell. Vucevic with the bucket.
And Vucevic is a guy who constantly keeps defenders guessing when he has the ball deep in the post. Just an excellent finisher at the rim.
Simmons against Gordon. Out to Saric. The tray. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And the 76ers lead by 20.
Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Fades. They get it again. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That's on Ben Simmons.
One shot.
Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full-time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
Saric just screen on Augustine. Here's McConnell. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And for Gordon, in his first full season as a starter, he instantly became a star in the league.
And when he was taken 4th overall, this was the type of player the team was hoping he'd become. His outside shot has improved by leaps and bounds and always plays with speed and athleticism. And now I think he's got a much more fully rounded game, which makes him dangerous.
To the inside, McConnell. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. McConnell's got 11 points here in just the second half. Fournier passes to Isaac. Picked by Vucevic. They get a hand on it. Gordon against Simmons. Pass to McConnell. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Augustine up top. He's covered by McConnell. Picked by Vucevic. There's the screen. Now, here's McConnell. Over Augustine. Here's Simmons. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Picked by Vucevic. And Augustine kicks to Vucevic. Over McConnell. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And that's now 17 points for Vucevic.
And throughout his career, you like to see this in a player. Vucevic has worked on expanding his range. Now he has a very reliable stroke from the mid-range area.
No good from Simmons. The Magic have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Fournier gets a wide open look, and again, it's the Magic from deep.
And quite honestly, Fournier just has a good basketball IQ, a high basketball IQ, knowing even before he gets the pass that he's got time and space to shoot.
Charge just screen on Gordon. He took good advantage of that screen. And that's 36 points for Ben Simmons.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Augustine passes to Vucevic. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
And how about the concentration level of Vucevic? I mean, we often overlook that, but just keeping his hand steady on the shot attempts, even while getting bumped and roughed up a bit.
And Simmons kicks to Saric. Philadelphia getting another chance here. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Evan Fournier, the young player out of France, gives you a lot to work with on the offensive end.
Yeah, Fournier has become more of an initiator, a guy who sets things up offensively. He can take over the ball handling duties from time to time and takes good care of it. He squeezes that orange pretty well, and he looks really comfortable, more and more comfortable, running the pick and roll.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Fournier. And the Sixers' strength, Clark, on the offensive end is how many ways they can attack a team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Deadly in transition because of Simmons' size, speed, and passing ability. And if they don't have something in the initial thrust, Embiid, always an option to go to in the low post. They shoot it well from multiple positions. They've got a lot to like offensively.
One of those ongoing discussions about adding a 4th referee, Clark. Would that help us, you think, call the game more accurately?
No, it would just crowd the court more.
Right.
I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? There's a human element to everything we do. Calls are going to be missed. We've grown and gotten better in highlighting different aspects of calls, being more transparent about it. The video replay, I think, has been more good than bad in the game. There are going to be mistakes. You make them, I make them, the referees make them, coaches make them, players make them. We can't totally eliminate the human element of the game. A 4th official would not add to the ability to get more calls right. They're getting 94, 95% of them right now. You think another official is going to move the needle? Come on.
Vucevic checked in for Orlando. Aaron Gordon comes in for Jarrell Martin. Fournier against Redick from 13. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 7 points for the quarter.
And when Fournier gets rolling, watch out now. A high percentage shooter. He's very gifted at getting the looks he wants out there.
To the inside, and that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
The 76ers making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Orlando on D. They trail by 18. Johnson the screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Covington. Sweet little floater.
And I like the soft release Covington has on his floaters. I mean, they look great coming off of his fingertips.
Augustine dishes to Fournier. Passes it to Gordon. Back to Fournier. Commissioner Adam Silver believes, Clark, that the NBA will see its first female head coach sooner than later. What do you think?
I think it'll happen. I'm not sure exactly if it'll be sooner. I think it'll be a little time because the pipeline, I think, has to be established to where you have some candidates. And you very well could have candidates now that may not have coached in the NBA that could possibly move into a head coaching role. But I think the progression to that would require, I think, more female assistant coaches before there's a comfort level with moving in that direction from an owner standpoint.
Redick passes to Saric. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Šarić, the Croatian forward, came into the NBA fairly polished. Has still improved his game year to year, which is a credit to him and his work ethic. There still are areas that he can work on, but make no mistake about it, this guy has shown from day one that he's an impact player.
And that one falls from Šarić. With Šarić and how he plays, Clark, he's developing his non-scoring skills as well.
Yeah, he's a very smart player, Kevin, especially for how young he is. And I think he's got a game that's just going to continue to grow and refine with time. He's proved he actually can, on occasion, act as a point forward if you need it.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You know, the toughness Šarić possesses is really pretty impressive. A guy who lost 6 teeth in a game one time and kept on playing. Wow.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle
Take a break.
most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
First one falls for him. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And, you know, last season the Magic fell short of their goals, dealt with a lot of injuries, and just had a lot of holes in their roster, too. What was an uphill battle to begin with became really an impossible one.
Pass to Simmons. Johnson the screen. Simmons with it. Left side, Redick. Šarić with the screen for Redick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And as you said, the Magic last season dealt with numerous injuries.
Yeah, you know, the fact of the matter, Kevin, is the Magic just didn't have enough talent to compete either, in spite of the injuries. Rebounding the ball was an issue, and they didn't have any area of the game that they were really great in.
Fournier, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Fournier's got 24.
And it's hard to deal with Fournier if you're defending him. I mean, he makes good decisions, whether he's passing or shooting the ball, and that makes him hard to guard.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Ben Simmons.
You know, getting a triple-double isn't easy because I never had one of those, but somehow he made it look easy, just showing you how versatile his game is.
Roof shots.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. And even though Vucevic can get you a good amount of blocks and steals, Clark, in a season, most would agree his defense isn't a strong point.
No, it's not, but it's not a liability either, Kevin. I mean, he understands where to be and how to get there. He's not super athletic and doesn't protect the rim in a shot-blocking fashion, but he knows how to use his body to position himself well defensively. You know, guys, Nikola Vucevic is a very skilled big man out of USC. He rebounds well, scores it from inside, and has a nice touch. He's got a really well-rounded offensive game as a center. Even added a 3-ball to his repertoire recently to further stretch out interior defenses.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. McConnell kicks to Johnson. Now Sharich. And the pass to McConnell. It's Covington on the wing. Shoots over Isaac. Covington's shot is off. Here's Grant. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.